Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Thanks for being here. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to show you a little bit of the stadium that has been built so far. So, first of all, welcome. If you're a new viewer, thank you for being here. This is a project I've been working on. It is the Austin Q2 Stadium in progress. I just finished this section of it today. And I am very disappointed in how little I am paying attention to the internal workings of big structures. So the fact that it looks partially put together is just a wonder to me. I also have to stop putting it lower to the ground. It's getting pet hair all over it. There's going to be some areas that need replacing. Some old gray instead of new gray, or light gray instead of light blue gray. All these dark tiles here need to be replaced with light blue gray, and then seating section here, seating section in this little corner, and then big seating section up top, and then some buildings back here, and then it's done. Well, this section's done. And then, of course, the roof's going to be its own thing. So I have to order about $100 worth of parts just to get the roof done. That's not taking into account some of these replacement pieces all over the place that I have to replace. These are all going to be colored appropriately because I got the green pieces in for all this. So I go back through and make sure that all the seats taken care of, and that's it. So that's what it's looking like so far. I'm pretty happy with it. It's built sectionally just like the old Trafford set, so you can move it easily, which I'm going to do now. And I'm guessing that's why they built it like that, so you could move it in sections. Because I don't know otherwise why they just put these. What's up, Missy? How you doing? Why they put these axles instead of pins on it? Because I guess you don't want a big section or a big stadium that's like linked together, and then it's unwieldy, so you can kind of take it apart in sections and move it. So it's coming together. But that's not why you're here. You're here for the B-Wing. So here's the B-Wing. I took the liberty of building a couple extra sections, and even this you can kind of see different grays in here, which I think is fascinating. You can see, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's some sections where you can see like older gray, newer gray, and older gray, and even a couple of these like slopes, like that's a newer gray, that's an older gray. I think it's kind of interesting. That even in a Lego set, there's some differences in part colors. So, but I think it's cool looking. It gives it sort of a modeled look. I went ahead and did a couple bags so we could get to the point where we finish it tonight, hopefully. And also we're going to do this with, where did I put it? There it is. We're going to do it with instructions so you can see what's going on. Turn that a little bit there. All right. So we're on bag 7. Just relaxing. It's a good time to relax. I had a bit of a day, just busy, and got a lot of work done while I was at home and at work, while I was logged into work. I think this may need to be moved over a little bit. Get some of it out of the way here. This little thing's trying to type on the keyboard over here, so. Very cool cockpit piece. I know this is not new. These come in like the interceptors too now, the ETA class interceptors. But it's still a pretty cool cockpit piece. And this one won't be sorted with all the other cockpit pieces, so it'll retain its unscratched nature. It's going to be a hefty bag. Alright, it also says that we need our 2 giant wagon wheels. So yeah, looking forward to getting the rest of the stadium built. I'm not looking forward to spending $100 to get the roof pieces, but I don't know how else to get them. They aren't offered on Bricks and Pieces, so the only place to get them really is Bricklink. I don't think anybody has a bunch of those 1x8 curved slopes, and I need like 150 of them or something, so it's not gonna be cheap, but we'll get it sorted. And it's not like I have a whole bunch in a different color or something. Kind of all has to be white. So music again today by Pretzel. I am kind of happy that Pretzel is allowing me to listen to some chiptune. I'm missing my chiptune. Oh, I may have to switch back to the instructions. This printout isn't very good. Hard to tell what color these are. I am watching a new to me show on Apple Plus. It is Prehistoric Planet, directed by or produced by Jon Favreau. It's a very much a in the vein of Blue Planet or one of those David Attenborough narrated Yay for Earth kind of things, but it's with dinosaurs and prehistoric world, and it's amazing. It's so good. I forget how much I like watching shows about dinosaurs. And my little dog Agatha, our little dog Agatha, also likes watching. Apparently she's just sitting there staring at the screen, and every once in a while she'll just start barking at it because she doesn't trust whatever those animals are that's on the screen. I can't tell what those are. Oh, look how neon that green is in the picture. This is the green that they're talking about. It's just a regular medium green. But apparently it's nuclear green in the instructions. Yeah, but it's cool. If you haven't checked it out and you have Apple TV Plus, which I don't think many people do, give it a check. So recovering from the 72-hour stream, which great success, I guess. I've heard good things from the people who were involved, so that's good. Means it'll be around again next time. I say next year, but Butt Chop seems to want to do this maybe twice a year. Sometimes it feels like. So we'll see what happens this time, if it happens again before next summer. Oh, come on. Where is this piece? Really? Gonna make me go dig back through a bag to make sure I didn't lose it? It's a pretty big piece. I wouldn't think I would have lost that. Yeah, I'm digging this music. So interestingly enough, one of the pieces that I'm requiring most is just a 1x8 plate in gray. I seem to have run out of those super fast. Well, let's get all the other pieces assembled here. Oh, that's why. Missing a whole bag. I'm like, come on, man. Ooh, there's going to be chain links around this. Yeah, there's that piece I was looking for. Also, we made it over 500 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. Which means whenever they update the accounts, I will be able to do some community engagement stuff. Be able to put polls, put posts out, contact people, I think, directly. That'll be fun. I think extra things for chats. Again, that's not Twitch, but that's the other thing. I don't know, and I'm kind of like, which one do I stick with? Do I go back and forth still? I don't know. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's an East Cider's Passion Fruit Cider. East Cider's here in Austin. Kind of a staple. They do the pineapple and the blood orange, and usually very good stuff. Thank you. Yeah, it was good. I ran a giveaway to entice people to show up, and I think it paid off, which reminds me I have to go to the post office and mail some stuff. Don't know how I'm going to box that all up, but we'll figure it out. One of them's going to jolly old England. They were like, you can just donate it. You don't have to mail it to me. And I'm like, you won. I'll mail it to you. It's $15. I don't mind at all. I would donate it if you had already had it, but that's not a problem. So I think there's, I don't think there's another milestone after that. I think you just have to keep going until you're huge, which I don't think is gonna ever happen. Now it's just fun times. So we're starting to see more and more stuff come out of San Diego, because they don't originally share it with everybody, but they'll dole it out officially when the leaks aren't coming out. So like we've seen Ahsoka trailers and Book of Boba Fett trailers and some Marvel stuff. But I woke up late that day. It's all good. You basically missed the first part of this. And possibly the option to win some sets. You were there in spirit. I love all the little sensor things, all the way they got the guns set up here and the sensor pods, and that's fun. This is kind of why I like the B-Wing, because I was like, this is how I would draw spaceships when I was a kid. And yes, we drew a lot of spaceships. We drew a lot of Star Trek ships, to be honest. Different classes of ships. It's not really being held on with a whole lot of... The other thing is trying to join every stream in the 72-hour is just really hard to do, because it just goes forever. But you want to show support by making sure you watch everybody's and let them know that they're out there and you can watch them. It's kind of the point, getting new people excited about being able to stream and hang out with people. Still trying it here over on Twitch. There are some good, like, if you want to go back and watch some of them, it's different than being able to kind of hang out in the stream while it's happening and give your feedback and stuff. But there were some good. Hive stream was pretty good. They had some good discussions, and Brick Bods was pretty good. They did a lot of games and some engagement and stuff. I was able to watch a few that I normally hadn't. I watched Brick Bunny, and she had Grandma Badger Brick or something like that on, and then Hive showed up, or somebody showed up later. So it was good to see a few people that I normally wouldn't watch. Should try to do the same thing on Twitch. Maybe do a 72-hour Twitch only stream. Kind of the same thing. Get people involved. Kind of run a raid of everything. I can't see what's going on with these little clips. It looks like they're wanting to be spread out like this, but the instructions are vague at best. Printed tile somewhere in here. There it is. Should talk to Butt Chop and Haley Bricks and be like, hey, do you mind if I do this on Twitch? Because I know we did it on the YouTubes. But what do you think about doing it here, too, for some small streamers getting started? I don't mind heading it up. I don't know that I would watch all or be involved in all 72 hours, but maybe we can start small and do a weekend, a 24-hour stream or something. So yeah, definitely the I am running out of my own pieces for the stadium. I've contributed. I've only really ordered the green 1x1 plates, and then some what they're called facet bricks. They're basically like the corner bricks that kind of go like this on the inside, then they're angled. They're good for like castle walls if you're doing like a hexagon shaped castle wall. And I had some shorter ones like 2s and 3s, but I didn't have 4s, so I had to order a bunch of those. But anything that sits on like the inside of the model, it doesn't. I don't care what color pieces I've been using, and I may go back and once it's done, go back in and reclaim some of like the grays because I usually need gray to do spaceships and other stuff. But this was definitely running out of certain pieces, so I have to replenish. I'm also having a hard time thinking about all the people who like on the Austin FC supporter group who are like, you know, take my money, I want to buy this, give me the instructions, give me a part list. And I feel bad saying, look, I did my level best to eliminate a lot of unnecessary pieces, but it's still going to be $700 worth of pieces. This isn't a Lego set that you can buy at the store, so you're going to have to get your own pieces. But there's also a lot of pieces in here that you don't have to have in whatever color I have listed. So if you've got a bunch of 2x4s already in green, that's, you know, use that. I'm sure there can be costs cut when ordering this large amount of pieces. And some of them you can't. Some of them are like those roof pieces. I'm like, I don't know how else you're going to get 70 of these or 150 of these or whatever, but it's so far it's 4,400 parts, which is a lot of parts. So there's your cockpit, and I think this is supposed to be man, these look like something else. I'm having a hard time seeing what those might be. I don't think that got added to at all. It's just that. Nothing else. Just looks the same. Alright. Whatever's good, man. Yeah, it is. I don't know how many the stadiums are normally. I could probably look it up. Brick set. Let's look up Old Trafford. So the Old Trafford set is... doesn't have it. 3,800, 38, almost 3,900. Too shy of 3,900. And I feel like the reason mine is more than that is because for every seat section in the Old Trafford, which is like a 1x2 by 1 1/3, one of those bricks, right? That's slightly taller. Mine is going to be 6 to 9 1x1 plates just to make up the seats, to give it that look of all the seats being different colors. So that's automatic. I mean, that was like, I don't know how many pieces that was, but it was a lot. like 600 pieces, just that. So keep that in mind. Which I have to go back and fix or replace all the random 1x1s now that I have all the green pieces. So that's going to be fun. But I'll be excited for when it gets done. And then I'll put it up on Rebrickable. And actually, so I've been thinking about that. I don't know if I should put it up on Rebrickable, because I'm worried that because it's a stadium or it's a trademark, that I may not be able to sell it. Not the mock, but the instructions for it. I really haven't seen if there are other stadiums up. Or other, that's the thing. I'm gonna go look at Rebrickable later and see if there's like other buildings. I'm sure there's buildings, but it's like, are they sponsored by anything? You know? Because it's one thing if it's just a building, but if it's a sponsored building, that's pretty cool. Oh, don't attach it yet because we're going to put this guy in here. I think. Well, that fits pretty good. It doesn't actually snap into anything. It's just held in place. So, cool. So if I don't put it on Rebrickable, it really limits me being able to offer it up for people unless I just make it free. But I don't know. Seems like a lot of work to go into it to not get a little something out of it. And the Q2, the Austin FC people have already said that they sell too much stuff in their own, in the gift store anyway, so it's not really going to matter. That's not something they're interested in, so it's like, okay, so they're not going to sell it, but I probably can't sell it. I don't know. We'll see. See, what I could do is put it up and just say, hey, look, I can't really sell this, but if you want, here's the instructions, and you can donate. Here's a tip jar kind of thing. Because this is going to be a lot of work to get the instructions done. Oh my god. 36. All right, well, here's the boring part of the stream. Can make sure I've got 36 too. I'm sure there's some extra. Let's do it by 5 so I can keep track. And then just say, here, I've got, you know, maybe set up my own thing where it's through Square or something and just have it on a Google Drive. So I'll put the parts list and the instructions up here, and for $10, which is ridiculous because I think I could get away with like 30. But again, then everybody has to buy their own parts. I can't imagine like buying enough parts to just sell it as a set. All right, so that's 20. That would be ridiculous. I would literally have to charge like $800 per kit. Because I don't know how else to get like a good amount of certain bricks for cheap. I'm just not that spreadsheet oriented. 5 times 5, 25. So we're at 25. Or lump it in with a lug bulk order next year, which I might do to replenish some of the pieces. But I'm also going to try to get some for the big build too. So that's 30, and this is 36. See if I can get more cheese wedges and more... I wish I was farther along in the design for that one. I'm glad I'm done with the design for this one now, because now I can start on the other design again. And yep, sure enough, there's one extra. One extra piece. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 36. I wish that was an okay thing to ask on like the land too, or just ask somebody like, hey, I spent a lot of time doing this and I built it and it's pretty cool and I want people to be able to have it, but I also want to like make a little bit of money off of it. Oh, I have to widen it just enough. Really? Nope, it fits in there. That's pretty satisfying. It's a good way to keep that area closed off too. But it's still about a month or so away, because I'll need to make sure it all is built right, get all the pieces ordered, make sure the instructions or the model is the way I want it. 'Cause there's going to be some stuff I'd want to change for the internal structure. And maybe I'll bring it to like one of the games or something. Bring it over to the pitch. Not the games, but maybe to the pitch, and we'll do a watch party with the... Oh, did I do that right? Did I not do that right? This is probably fine, but I want to do it right. just assume they want this across the seam, and they didn't. They want these across the seam. This music may be too epic for this build, or for this stream in general. Man, I am phlegmy all over the place. Thank you. I've been putting off going back to the doctor for this, whatever this is. The next step was going to be to get a CAT scan, throat and chest scan, CT scan. And then if I still had this hematoma on my vocal folds, they were going to suggest lasering that off. But Beth's been having some issues, and I want to kind of make sure she's okay before I go do mine, because mine's not nearly as worrisome as hers. But I do need to take care of it. It's one of those things where I'm just getting old. I gotta start taking care of stuff more. Really haven't done that my whole life. And now that I'm dying, it's time to start taking care of yourself. Is that already? Man. As much as I don't like it, these bars that like go way down in there, the only thing I think of when I do that is like, well, I gotta take that apart later. That's gonna be a problem. Trying to think if there are any new Lego slash. Oh, Costco's are starting to get the an Infinity or an Avengers set before they get to the stores again, which I think is funny because they work really hard on making sure that people don't they have like embargoes and release dates and stuff like that, so that all the RFLMs don't post their videos early and all their reviews and stuff, and they're like, you can't do it until this date. And then Costco puts out the set like a week to 2 weeks before Lego does, which means I can go out and buy it and make a video about it, but the RFLM is under embargo to wait until a certain date. I'm sure that makes everybody very happy. Very pleasing sort of look to that. feels like a Metroid level. Or like a real jazzy Metroid level. Oh, heck no, we're not listening to Chip Christmas tunes. I'm not going to downvote it, but we're definitely skipping it. As much as Good King Wenceslas is one of my favorite carols. Let's get through summer first before we start up with that. And I never heard back from that dude about anything. I don't know if I was supposed to follow up or what, but I never... He was very excited about stuff, and then I never heard. So it's kind of like, well, I'm going to keep working on my own stuff. You just, you know... If anybody wants a piece of it, they're going to have to pay for the piece. But I'm more than willing to work with people. But without any kind of direction to it, it's like I'm just going to kind of do what I do. I feel like there may be one more step, like I'm getting close to a... Yeah, I missed something. Oh, not yet. Oh, well, first of all, that goes on there. Whoops. I put those on. So I feel like there's a lot of one-off or one-by-one rounds here that... One or two I can understand, but I feel like there's a lot here. So if you'll excuse me for 1 second, because that's it. You attach that to the back of that and you're all good. I'm going to go back through and see if I've missed anything. Oh, and I did. Sure enough, I did. And of course, that was hilarious because I just jettisoned all the pieces. So I've got missing 1x1s around here somewhere. That's okay, because I got a whole stack of them over here. Okay. That's better. That's what I want to see. Okay. All right. That on the opposite side of that. Cool. Cockpit. Cool. And then attach. Haha. All right. There's your cockpit. And I don't know if you can tell, but it rotates. Oh, we can do it this way. You can tell that it rotates with the ship. So that's really cool. This is actually fairly substantial. And so far it's very, like, they did a really good job with the stability and the heftiness of the blade part of the wing. So that's really cool. All right. Bag 8. All right, so that bag took 50 minutes. So I'm going to have to start cranking on this a little bit if we're going to get done by 10. Neat. Oh, that's right. You have to... This actually does have a... you got to go to the other instruction booklet. I think it's funny. Different scan. Okay. Let's do this. I wonder if it's a different color in this bag. It is. Look at that. So apparently I have... There's no distinction here. These are the exact same numbers. One is slightly bigger. 4465G, 65G. That's interesting. 2939, 2939, but one of them has the right no, it's the same one. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't have that color. Oh wait, yeah I do. I don't know what I was thinking. And now we won't finish on time because I had to sit there and talk about the color. So next month's lug meeting, I may or may not be at. I know, Missy, you were thinking of going. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I don't know if I'm going to be there. My son and daughter are both moving down to San Marcos that weekend. And I want to be able to help. So I'm going to see about getting someone else to handle the thanks for coming to the lug. Here's some loot kind of thing. Maybe Will will do it for me, or maybe I can get Lasso to do it. Just in case. Our the build challenge is going to be pretty easy, so it's something you can knock out between now and then. It's the Minifigs on Parade setup. It's like an 8x16 with like kind of built up into the middle where there's a road plate. And then you're supposed to put them, and then you can kind of make them in a vignette so they can all kind of stack together. And then everybody just takes them and lines them all up. And it'll be cool. I don't know if there's going to be like real heavy voting or anything on whose is the best. So I may just do a thing where I say I bring a bunch of the same thing or something. Like everybody gets a whatever. But I got to make sure I have enough of one thing. And then just kind of hand them out. Yeah, dad duty. Wow. So do this. I may not even be needed. Their moms are handling a lot of it, but I told them that I can use Beth's car, and it's another SUV to take stuff down there, and they're like, yes please, we could use the help. So I just want to make sure that I'm available. I think through the course of the last few years I've felt like I haven't been really available to a lot of the things that happened with them. A lot of schooling stuff, a lot of, times when they needed help with things. So I feel like any chance that I can, I want to be around, to be available, pitch in. Because like in about 2 weeks, they're not going to be around anymore. They're going to be in college. I won't be able to just see them whenever. And I have a feeling they'll be back every weekend or every couple days for a while, but not forever. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. I just hope my son makes some friends. He's a good kid, and he needs people around him that are good to him. Well, that sounded like it was really going to hit on the bass. Not that. These two pieces crack me up. They're almost the same. They're just, one's a brick, modified brick, one's a modified slope. Alright, I think I got all the pieces for that one. Goodness. Oh, it's speeding up. I can hear it. Reminder too that Bricks Colleen is coming up September 16th and 17th, and you can get tickets by going to, or there's no tickets. You can get hotel reservations by visiting brickscolleen.com or searching for Bricks Colleen. I'm probably gonna go. I mean, I've already signed up to go, but AFall VIP day is also that weekend, so there's going to be a little bit of driving back and forth. And Colleen is a bit a ways away, so it's going to be an interesting weekend, because I'm going to go and get set up Friday and then come back and stay the night. That's not where that goes. Here Friday night, so then Saturday morning I can go do AFall day, and then after AFall day drive back up to Colleen. So that should be a fun Lego filled weekend, and I have to remember to take all the swag that I'm going to take for Colleen up to Colleen, because I probably will forget something like that. And honestly, I'm still not sure what... I know Will told me that there was stuff that we had set aside for that, but I'm like, I don't... So I'm going to talk to him about it. It'll be an interesting thing because you don't have to pay to be there. And it's free to the public. So and I think they're still going to run some games and stuff, but not bad. I think it's a little off-centered. Alright, I think... Oh, there's one more. Staple one with that sticker. I'd say that was a lot. Four. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I feel like this will be a pure... not pure Lego event, but I think this will be a lot more user-friendly than Brick Rodeo was. Brick Rodeo was a lot, but I also don't feel like I enjoyed too much of it just because I was too busy doing stuff. But this should be fun. It'll at least be an experience, and if it sucks, I can always leave. I will be going and looking for breweries, and probably drinking heavily because I will be up close to a hotel or something. Because that's what you do when you're out of town, right? 5, 2, 3, 4. Did I have a roll away? Yeah, I did. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, come on now. Really? I'm never gonna find that. They go behind me. That just sucked all kinds of butt. Oh, man. This dumb step that it was. Yeah, I'm never gonna find that. Let me go, I'm gonna have to go get another one of these for my, because I could be here looking forever for this stupid thing. What a stupid step that is. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Let me actually see if I can see it first. Haha, success. Plus I found this little piece that I had been missing. Okay, let's see if we can do this again without... Makes me really wish I had a guardrail here, but you don't ever expect this to just kind of... I don't understand what's going on with this piece here. It's got an angle on this little bit right here, but it's not an angle that you can like keep at an angle. Bushing. Although this bag is going faster than the other one. Take two, and go. And action. This is interesting that this counts as like an extra piece, like these small gears. That's really something. Cool. Well, that was easy. I may be done by 9:30. That took 15 minutes. And half of that time was spent crawling around on the ground. Bag 9. Yeah, the problem with having hardwood floors, as soon as the pieces fall, they just go everywhere. I'm sure under here and behind me are just tons of little 1x1s and whatnot. Tell you what, if we get done with this early, we'll do some stadium mocking. Because I'm excited about getting that done. RIP your ears. Sorry about the bag crinkliness. Started back up on sorting today. I've been behind on sorting, mostly because I feel like I've been building a lot and I've got So let's see. Building the B-Wing. Building the stadium. Had Queer Eye going for a bit. I have all the microfighters out, and the space station out in box. They're kind of like loosely organized because they're just going to go back to a convention. But then I've got 2 sets that I'm repurposing for an idea that I had. This whole table's full of like loose pieces and organization stuff. The table behind it is like, so this whole, there's like 3 tables over here that are full of sets that I need to break down. My office is full of just boxes of stuff that needs to be sorted. And all the bins and shelves and storage drawers are full. So, of course, then I'm thinking, oh, I had this great idea for this other thing. It's like, ugh. The Pick-a-Brick cups, I feel like I can get through pretty quick because it's like 6, 7 types of parts, and I can kind of pour them out on the thing, make sure they're all separated, and then just kind of scoop them and take them and go put them where they need to be. It's this like the stuff that I got from people, co-workers who were like, my son is too old for Lego. Here's a box of Lego, and I'm like, sweet. And it's like 5 years worth of. They put it together, and then they put it into a box, and it just kind of sat there, and it kind of half fell apart. So it's like, do I try to put it all back together first, or do I just sort it? Do I take it all apart and sort it? So that's what a lot of this is. And I just have to give up the ghost and be like, look, you're not going to find all the parts for that. Just sort it. Just piece it out. You've got the minifigs out of it. Just sort the rest out. So that's what I got to go through as well. But I feel like I'm running out of room in some drawers, which means buying bigger drawers, which means finding different space for all those drawers. Such is life. So anyway, I was getting back into sorting because the stadium required 1 piece. And I was like, I can't really even keep going unless I find this 1 piece because it's kind of a structural. Turns out I probably didn't need it. I could have made do without it, but I was trying to be fancy with some, those Technic bricks that are like hollow and they're different size squares, right? And they've got Technic holes all around them. So I was trying to make those into big chains. Because the bottom layer has it, and I was trying to make a 3rd layer, so chain of those, some bricks to hold it up, and another chain of those to hold up the top layer. Well, there were so many nooks and crannies that I would do that, but then I'd have to just fill it in with stacks of bricks anyway. So the inside of the stadium is a mess. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to a lot of it. So I'm a little worried that when it comes down to time to do instructions, I'm going to be like, you could do this, or you could do this, or here's, kind of thing. I feel bad to whoever's going to end up trying to put that thing together later. 1, 2. Reaction time. But it's fun. I like sorting, and I like juggling all the pieces and figuring out where they all go. It's just being able to get them into a place. It gets a little frustrating after a while. Alright, I think the chiptune is a little... I'm really glad it's back, but I think I'm going to go back to lo-fi for a bit. Just need a little more chill than what's going on. So I'm taking apart the most recent X-Wing sets, the kind of smaller version that came with like Luke and Leia and General Dodonna. And then the TIE Fighter that was kind of the same series, kind of the smaller version of everything. I'm going to turn those into a Futron and Blacktron set. to go with the Classic Space Snowspeeder. And then if I've got time before Bricks Colleen, I might try to do the Slave one as an M-Tron. Or, depending on which pieces I have more of, a Ice Planet. I'm gaming for M-Tron though, so we'll see if that works out. Because I think that'd be fun. And then I'm gonna try to maybe build a rack to put all 3 of them or all 4 of them on, so it'll have them kind of. I think that'll be neat. Again, because I have nothing else going on in the world. Those, there we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, that, those 2, that one. Yeah, you always got to sort so it makes sense, at least in your head. You got to be able to find them. And I've been in this house now a little over 2 years, and I've had this set up for probably 3 months shy of that, maybe a little less. But I'm like, if you just handed me a piece right now, I'd be like, I know exactly where that goes. So I like that. I really like that. But I also know that I can tell you if that needs to, if it's in a bag or if it's in a shelf. It's like it probably should be in a shelf, but I don't have enough shelving pieces right now, or drawers. Things with lids too. Somebody offered me some stuff. They're basically like Arco bins, but they're like, you could do that thing where you could have like a whole wall full of like those pegboards, and then you can just hang Arco bins along them, and then you can just have them all right there. I'm like, that sounds great. Does that come with a lid for each of those? And they're like, I'm like, that get real dusty, like real quick. Got to be able to keep it free of dust. Because if you have a section of parts that you don't go to frequently, and you start digging through them to look for stuff, you're gonna have dust bunnies in there, and it's kind of gross. Come back. All right, I think I got everything times 3. Yep. These 2 guys. This is gonna be cool. This will be done soon. Oh wait, not that guy yet. And then these 2. So it makes me feel good that sometimes Lego doesn't put things on two full studs, like right here, and then it puts this on it. So that's not even really on, more than one stud. I'm like, okay, I can get away with it. Yeah, no dusty Lego, please. I like my Lego sans dust. And cat hair and dog hair and whatever else is floating around our house. Good. Yes. There's another thing. I know that it has to lie flat, but it doesn't lie perfectly flat. I wish there was something underneath here. I wish there was some mechanics underneath here to kind of show. Because this is really cool looking, right? That is not. I don't know. All right. The fun time with this thing. See if we can break this all up again. I feel like I'm making Christmas ornaments. Stringing popcorn or cranberries or something. Ruh-roh. Oh, there it is. Okay, it is secure. And we're down to the extra pieces, which means we're done with this. Don't you dare. Don't you dare come apart on me. All right, so the ship is complete. Flip this over. This is a very large ship, so it's hard to get the entire thing on camera. Oh, I was waiting for a very satisfying click, and I didn't get it. Very satisfying click, as they say in French. All right, so there is your B-wing. In flight, this is what it looks like. Just like that. I'm gonna hold this up so you can see its S-foils in attack position. This is a very large ship. I was thinking this wasn't gonna be as big as an A-wing, but in footprint size, it's about the same size, maybe a little bigger. It should be, if we're going by like actual size, the A-wing is probably a little bigger than what it should be compared to the X-wing and compared to this, but this is a good size. You can hold it back here. So, rotating cockpit. There's no action-y things on here, so there's no like laser stud shooters or anything like that. There's your engine compartment. There's some colored plates back there I'm not fond of, but it kind of looks okay. Again, I feel like you could do a little bit with the undersides of the wings. You know, just a dot or an upside down plate or something to kind of give it a little bit of, you know, you can get those 1x1s with the arm and the claw, and you can put a couple of those together in here to put like some control vanes or something. I don't know what the actual underside looks like. Also, I think there's another sticker that goes on here somewhere. This only gave me 2 stickers, or this only told me to put 2 stickers on here on this side. It did not tell me to put one on the other side. So, but I believe those 2 stickers should go on either side of the wing, like one on each wing. But so I have a third one here. Don't know what it's for yet. All right, final bag. This is just the stand. The all-important pretty unique stand in that it's got some of these boat pieces. Much like the ship itself. I sadly don't have my microfighter out to do a comparison. But so far I'm really liking it. It's a very cool looking build, and I had a lot of fun making it. Thanks to Will for hanging on to it for me and not charging me as much as you probably could have. For that, I am eternally grateful. A crisp high five is coming your way. These big plates. See, this is kind of what I mean about this kind of stuff. I know we're going to probably attach things to these, but I just think it's funny that it's so much Technic to attach to a plate. But they're the designers. It's actually got the designer listed. If you look on Brickset, it says who the designer was, which I find fascinating. I'm gonna have to start looking up designers that I like, especially like the Cars sets. Those people are geniuses, and I want to eat their brains and take their knowledge. All right, so we got 4 of these guys. So Missy, I appreciate you being here tonight, keeping me company. It's always nice to have somebody on. I feel like Twitch isn't as good for the Lego streamers as YouTube is yet. So I do appreciate you being here. I like seeing so many jumper plates. I say that like I'm gonna cannibalize this later. This is never coming apart. It's gonna be one of those when I go to move, it's gonna have to find its own giant bag or box to be in. I'm gonna set that aside. Looks like a twin pod cloud car. That's actually one of the stranger ships in the Star Wars universe. Never understood that ship. It's like imagine driving with somebody in their car and their whole section of the car is like connected by the engine to you. Like you can't, I'm sure there's a radio that can talk to each other, but at the same time it's like they're not sitting by you. Just saw a video about that. Eckhart's Ladder did a video about it, and I guess the prevailing thought is that it was either like a security thing, like you could put if you're moving criminals or something, or they're like the other thing is it could be a tour, like you could put other people on that other side. It's like, why would you do that? You can fit one person over there. It's not like you can cram a whole family of people in one little car and say, hey, we're going to go to the The Bespin Canyons. Okay, what is that? It's a little hook one and a 6, or an 8, and a 2. It's gonna move. I hope that's supposed to move. If you haven't made a stand for a ship, it's a lot harder than it looks, especially if you want it to be like a nice little angled thing. I tried to do one for the Imperial Light Cruiser that I got, because I don't have a big Star Destroyer, but the Imperial Light Cruiser is still kind of a neat looking Star Warsy ship, so I was like, yeah, I'll make a stand for it and put it up on the shelf. Had to redo the whole bottom of the ship in the first place because it wasn't accounting for like a big stick up its butt, basically. So you had to make a hole to put the stick. And then make sure you found the right center of gravity. And okay, you guys are killing me with this rolling. This table was level when I set this all up. I think it's shrinking with old age. Try not to scowl so much. Caught myself doing something the other day and I was looking at the reflection of something. I was like, it's like, you just look like you're unhappy. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm passive. I have resting Ben face. Well, goodness, that's a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a stick up its butt. Like, you haven't seen it. A lot of ships that come with stands, like the A-Wing and the X-Wing that I know of anyway, I haven't seen the Y-Wing yet, have, and I think this is just going to be cradled. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but they've got a hole that's got like a little tiled area above it, and then you've got a 2x4 brick that kind of goes up into it like this, and there's these two little pins that just kind of hold it in place. But it has that little bit of the ship taken away. Let's see what they did there. All right. Haven't missed anything, right? Okay. That's gonna extra. Big old sticker time. Let's see how bad I messed this up. Ooh, this is an old sticker too. This is going to be... Cool. It's centered. It's not coming off the sides. Works for me. There's your stand. Boop. So let's see. Open. Open. Cool. There's your B-wing. Look at that. So yeah, I don't know if you can see the sticker here, and then there's another one on the bottom. I don't know why they didn't have both. I guess the sticker's supposed to be on one side. I've never seen that before. I always thought it was on at least both sides or both wings or something like that. So, but yeah, there's your that's your B-wing. I will be very happy to add this to my UCS setup, which means I only need 2 more now. Now I only need the Y-wing and the U-wing, and then I will have the Alphabet Squadron. If you aren't familiar with Alphabet Squadron, it's basically there's a novel called Alphabet Squadron. It's a pilot novel. It's Star Wars. It's spies and pilots and lots of action and lots of missions and stuff. And there's no Force and there's no Jedi and there's no Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker or anything. It's just military. And it's a lot of fun. I really liked it. So I think I'm going to call it for the night. And I know I said I was probably going to work on some stadium stuff. Well, let's see. Maybe I put the stadium up here and I can kind of look at what we need to do next. See my big butt hanging out over there. So obviously one of the next things we need to buy is the field pieces. These big tiles in the middle. And then, so this section is what I got done today. And it still needs like a bunch of these housing things, which I think I'm going to redo a little bit of once I get them in place because they need doors. So if you look at it, it's blank on both sides. It needs to be like, it needs to have like 1x1 brick here to kind of give it the indication that there's a door in the way kind of thing. So this also sits at a funky angle. I can get it back on there. This took forever to figure out what space and what angle worked to keep it 45 degrees like this. So that was fun. Oh, hey, Glenn, just in time. Finished up the B-wing. It's big. Its stand is also not like, it doesn't attach. It just kind of sits in its stand. So I gotta be very careful when putting it high on a shelf, but it's I'm very excited about it. So yeah, let's get rid of this. And let's lower the camera again. Trying to keep this webcam from failing on me. The tripod's got this little piece in the middle of it that is just falling apart. Yeah, it's a good set though. It's a good size. It was a fun build. It looks amazing. It's actually shockingly got some like old gray in it and new gray. It's kind of funny. So yeah. So the next thing to do is let's do build with instruction, and then let's open. I'm just gonna kind of tinker with this for a little bit. I'm gonna go put the B-wing up somewhere. I'll be right back because I want to not have it here. I just didn't want to bump into it while I was doing other stuff. Okay, so let's do. Can I make this smaller again? And we're working on the east side. And we'll do window capture, studio. Let's make it a little bigger. So you can kind of see. So this is kind of this side now. So this side's all done. These sides are both all done. The only thing that needs to be redone is the green over here, right? This is how the seating's supposed to look. These are supposed to be green too. I have to order some. So all of this has to be, I have to pull this out and redo it with all the 1x1 green. So, but that's all done. Structure wise, color replacement still have to work on it. So the next thing we have to do here is sections of seats. So I'm probably going to do this later. These will snap in on their own. They have these things like that. They're built in just sections, and then they just snap in right here so they can be at that angle. Same with this one. It just kind of sits in this little nook right here. Tiles are all done on the top. What we could do next is probably this building. That's not a whole section. And then probably these little things over here. So these are like little food courts and whatever. I'm gonna have to replace this and put a little gate in or something. I forgot there was a piece of fence over here. Let's see. So let's go get those pieces. How many do we have? That's 2 of those in dark gray, 2 of those in white. Tan. Okay. I think I got the general idea here. That's a 1x1 or a jumper. That's a jumper. Okay, cool. Do we want to fail test? Do we want to drop test on the just finished B-wing? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I didn't see what the top of these look like. They're just little tiles, right? 2x4 tiles. Yeah, 2x4 tiles, and then tan, white, tan, and then 2 whites. I didn't see what the other one was. That wasn't anything, okay. Oh, but I need 2 tan bricks over there. Okay. So I think this is the fun part about this whole process, is these little bitty things. Just like this is an extension of some little building, and it's got here's the opening to the bathroom, and here's the roof for it. And this is like it's not Dos Equis, but it's like a maybe it is. Oh, and that's not green. Hang on. Oh, I have a bag full of stuff right here. Maybe. Almost would have been faster to go over and get it. And this will be the fun part for people to put together, because they'll be like, I've had a taco in that building, and I sat over there when they scored that one goal, and blah 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 blah. I think that'll be neat to be able to have that set up for people. Oh, whoops. But only if I build it right. The white ones go over here. Don't need that. Don't need that. I think I'm good. I think I overdid it. So these are the two little, if you haven't been to the stadium, it's hard to tell, but this is where Valentina's is to get tacos, and this is like the Dos Equis, whatever, you get tacos and beer over here too. So this is like the cerveza corner. And then we've got this thing. I forget how I was going to make this. That's like bracket. And then what is that? Wow, that's weird. What did I do? Is that just a... Okay. So 2 down facing, 4 up facing, 4 tiles, 3 grills, and 2 of those gray ones. Okay. Do we have any of those here? No. See if I can remember all that. think I need a clip or a video or something that plays across the screen when I go looking for parts. So it just doesn't look like there's empty screen space going on. I may have to cannibalize from something else, because I think I'm out of this color part. In making all those seat sections, become very aware of how much of one color I have left. And I could probably get away with doing black, because I think at that size nobody will care. So let's do that. And let's see if this all fits together. So we've got these 4, and they go up. This is another one of those where I have plenty that are facing down or facing up, but these down facing ones, these might be the last 2 I've got in that color. This is one of these experiments where I don't think, yeah, nothing's gonna hold that together. I'm gonna have to get some down-facing 1 brackets. I don't have matching colors, so this is going to be an odd looking bit of color. I don't know why I made it this complicated either. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I couldn't figure one out. So it's basically a little like slatted roof and I could probably put one of these tiles on it. Maybe I can't. All right, it's supposed to be a little pavilion, but it's like a slatted roof and people sit in there. So I don't know where that lives on that one, like that. And it's supposed to be near the beer hut stuff, so that's that little corner of the stadium now, right? This is an extension of the far of this part right here. So that's done. We're done with that. Okay, so what's next? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. I think I built this onto the section that it hooks into. I'm gonna have to redo that. Let's see. I could start doing this. I'm gonna need to collect a bunch of these guys. I know I don't have that many of these grill plates, so let's try this big section here. Make that, I just set as the original. All right, so what are we looking at? Plates, more 1x2 plates of that color. Not gonna happen. And then inside, I'm going to try to hide all this. So let's do 2. Come on, man. Let's hide all that. Just to see what we're looking at here. So, we got 1, 2, 3. Three 1-bys. 1, 2. That's a 6. That's a 4. That's a 2. That's a 6. That's a 4. That's a 2. And in the middle we have a 2x6 brick. And that's it. 2x6 brick. Okay. And then what is this? 2x4. Okay. All right. So play the little clip. All right, I think I got most of it. I'll still have to figure out what plate this goes on. That is a 1x4. That is a 1x4, so that makes it easy. I have to do that times 2. Derp. Okay. Like that. Then I have 3. I think I oversold this. So this is the Captain Morgan Club or something, where you get to go in here and get a drink or something. And on the back side is this overlooks like it's got like a whole patio thing, and it kind of overlooks a nice little greenery area. It's very cool. That's a 6. And that's a 2x6 in the middle. Yeah. Like that. Oh, I love that creaky sound. I'm not going to be able to find those. Let's take this one apart, because I think I've got, yeah, I can use 2 in here. So this is going to be one that I have to take apart. These come off real easy off the stands. You know, they get on there real easy and they come off real easy. So that's how you put it on. Just pulls right off. It's just a couple of clips, a couple of modified plates. Again, not really by design, but it's not new. It's not a new design. So this is going to be, I'm going to leave this apart once I take it apart. Because I'm going to turn it into all the green pieces. And I need 6 of these. Geez, I hope I've got 6 on here. There's 6 there. That would be funny if I did this and I didn't have 6. Also, I have to replace all these with 1x8 and light blue gray. I'm out of 1x8 and light blue gray. I made a space station that used nothing but light blue gray, and now that space station has all the light blue gray that I own. Oh, God. Just come off. And that's not even light blue gray, that's just light gray. Or dark gray. And that's it. How ironic. Yep. Well, frack. Couldn't even get 6 out of that. Which means they're probably in different sections. Yeah, I can see like a ton in that one. So for now, let's do this kind of dark tan. And we've got 3 of those. I think it's about bedtime, actually. Let's put one side over here. All right, I need 1 and a 6. Oh, wait. Yeah, that'll work. And a 6. Okay. Some of these details are so small that only I'm going to be able to notice it, so it's kind of pointless, but I will notice it. Like all this old gray. Oh, just kind of makes me want to barf a little bit. I know we wouldn't be where we are today without the light gray, but at the same time I'm like, do not want it. You can have it. Somebody come and take my light gray. And of course, because it's dark over here, can't tell my blacks from my dark blues. All right, that's very dusty. So that is a plate 1x6, 4x6, 4x6, 1x6, 1x6. Okay. Oh, now I know why that's there. Yep, need a whole other one in there because that's holding the roof up. don't know why I do this to myself, but... Oh, it's supposed to be black. Oh, dang it. Well, I had gray. Can I make that gray? Nope. I wanted black. Do black. Sometimes I forget that they make plates that are 12 long, that I don't need 2 of these. Alright, so that's most of the Captain Morgan Club. So, you know, back side of that where the patio is, the front side of that inside the concourse, that's pretty much it. That's all it's going to get, because it's going to be hidden by stands. So I mean, the only thing that you're going to be able to see is when you put it together, which I think is kind of the fun part for people. Will be like, oh yeah, I did a thing. So this I can do like delete that and then plate 4x12 and just put that in there. Save $1. Maybe. How much is that? It's 20 cents versus 60 cents. I mean, it's a lower piece count, but 2 of these might be less expensive. So that's your call. I already had one. Okay, so I think I'm done for the night. This is what I'll be doing for the next little bit, is finishing this guy out and turning an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter into a Futron X-Wing and a Blacktron TIE Fighter. And maybe a M-Tron Slave 1 over the next like little month or so. Those will be my big projects. Don't have any microfighter things going on. I should probably do that though. I should probably get back into it. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Good seeing you, Glenn. Thanks for being here, Missy. And I'll be back on Thursday, maybe doing more of this. Maybe I'll build that Arishem set. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep that for drafting. I don't know yet. So, anyway, good talking to you guys. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.